Wow, 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 I love my people. I feel the people. Say it with me now. I love my people. Beautiful black people. I love my people. I love my people. Beautiful black people.
Greetings, my beloved black people. Welcome back to the plight and struggle of black people in America. Today we have a really special guest, one of the gentlemen that I mentioned in the Prominent Black People series the other Sunday from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, more specific, North Philadelphia. He's in a brilliant business. I think he retired from his from his regular job. But we're going to bring him right in, and he's going to introduce himself, and we're going to go from there. What you say, good company?
Hey, Lenny, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm great, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for sharing everything, man. It's a blessing, for us to be here. Things we went through and saw in our community growing up. And then to make it this far in life just by numbers, and then being reasonably healthy, reasonably sane, caring about others, all that type of thing. That's a blessing right there.
I agree totally.
Yeah. So what you got cooking over there in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
Well, Lenny, I'm up to my regular thing, man. I'm Good Company.
Okay.
Good Company is a concierge / executive protection service. And, actually we just serve the community. You take an O out of good, it becomes God's company. And really, I'm his servant. I work for him.
Okay.
But what we do is we help people. We provide transportation, loss prevention, surveillance, bodyguard work. We're just busy. We do stuff for NBA players and lawyers and doctors. If they need something, we try to take care of it. So that's what Good Company is about. All it's about is about helping people and sharing the love of God with people. That's pretty much what it's about.
So are y'all just primarily in the tri-state area?
We'll go anywhere. Whatever your money can afford, we can do it. We have worldwide connections. So we're very resourceful. So whatever you need, we get it done.
Are there any particular NBA players that you've already done some work for or with?
Yeah, the Mars Twins out of Philadelphia. Most of the players are out of Philadelphia. The Mars Twins.
What teams do they play for?
Well, we're in the middle of the season. When actually we're at the end of the season, they're changing teams. But one was with Miami, the other was with Detroit.
Okay.
I've also did some work for Jerome Pooh Allen. He's a coach in Detroit.
Right.
Detroit Pistons. I've done work for a number of people, man. Eve, the rapper.
She's from North Philly, isn't she?
Yeah, she's most of the clients I work with are from Philadelphia. So that's the.
But she's specifically North Philly, isn't she? Eve. Isn't she from
North
Philly?
Born and raised in North Philly.
Yep. Right. Well, see, when you like to say Philly, I like to give North Philly all the props I can when I can. That's my neighborhood. You hear me?
Yeah.
All of Dallas is mine. North Philly is mine too.
I hear that.
That's what that is.
Kyle Lowry. Did a little work for him. Dawn Staley. And the list goes on and on, man. I just try to be as helpful as I can.
So what if a common guy like myself was popping up in Philly a couple of days and I wanted to roll up and get limo service for a day? You know, how could we do that? Is that all contractual, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's all contractual. You give me a call. Depending on what you want to do in Philly, we can show you the nightlife. We can show you the historical part of Philadelphia. We could just, show you around the whole entire Philadelphia and give you the real Philadelphia view, not the tourist part,
Okay, because I was wondering, you said the real, because I noticed when I was up there visiting for those 2 weeks, I rode around with you, Dukes, Tank, and all that, but I rode around by myself for a minute. You saw I had that Benjamin Franklin on top of the city hall, and when I rode through the hood by myself, man, it's like, wow, Philadelphia is a big, old, dirty, congested city that's a great place to be from. That's what I always say. That sucker's old, man. You know it.
But Lenny, a lot of people in Philadelphia, we don't take advantage of the historical part of Philadelphia. Folks come here to see the historical part, the Rocky Steps, the Liberty Bell, stuff like that. But yeah, Philadelphia is being gentrification is happening in Philadelphia where they're taking over.
Oh yeah, that gentrification thing is all over. They're doing it strong in West Dallas too, right here in Dallas, Texas. And that's a very small part of Dallas, but wow, you can see it. It's like right before your face, you can see the taxes going up automatically. You can see it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So Philadelphia is I love Philadelphia. I love it here, and if anyone comes to Philadelphia, they need an escort, they feel a little nervous or whatever, they can give me a call, give me a shout out. We'll be glad to help them in any way we can.
So what's that number where they could call for Good Company?
They can reach me at Reggie Mac 3659 at gmail.com, or they can go on my website, bygoodcompany.com. That's bygoodcompany.com.
Okay. Is there a particular, maybe a direct number to anyone? Phone number direct?
267-304-4766.
Okay. Yeah.
267-304-4766.
Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking one time I might pop in Philadelphia unexpectedly and might want to just do a quick thing from the airport in the limo to a nice meal or something like that, maybe to a friend or whatever, and then to a hotel and get out of town the next day or two, just do something different, and I would like to use your service on something like that.
Well, Lenny, when we're good company. Whenever you're ready, let us know. We got you.
Okay. It sounds like a winner to me. But, even though we're here to primarily talk about your company, I just can't hardly not mention your son, Reggie Conquest, because it makes me think so much of when we were growing up. You're Reggie, the big Reggie, he's little Reggie, the real professional Reggie. But you always thought you were funny. That's what was so interesting. And sometimes you were, I give you that, but not like your son. And so I guess it must be somewhere in your gene. Apparently, you're somewhat genetic because he's funnier than you, and we're supposed to get better each generation, right? So that's the way it's supposed to be. I was wondering if you could give any insight on what's it like to be in your son's shoes, to be in the position of possibly making it into that public celebrity life. Have you seen anything to the pros and cons of that situation?
Well, it's funny you asked, Lenny, because I take my hat off to my son because, everything he did from the muscle. He was in school and he decided he didn't want to stay in school, that he wanted to be a comedian. And
when you say in school, are you talking about college?
In college, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, at NYU. Mm-hmm. And he decided he didn't want to go to school, that he wanted to be a comedian. And so, of course, I was upset with that, but I wanted him to follow his dream. and
right.
his dream was to be a stand-up comedian and a writer. And
Right.
so, 11 years later, man, he's been able to accomplish that.
How
Uh,
old is he now?
he's 35.
That's what's up. And see, that's what a lot of people have to realize. No matter what your dream and thing you want to be, you're gonna have to put some work in, and there's work involved to get there.
Right.
And that's what people need to realize. And you have to stick to it, and you have to do what your heart says that you're meant to be. Because, like, I pursue that kind of thing, acting, not stand up. And the thing is, if you pursue it and don't do it, at least you'll know you tried. It's like you don't have to have that feeling of I wish I woulda, I shoulda, and all that sort of stuff. You see. So
Yeah.
that's great not to have to go through that part, I believe.
I was watching TV last night, my wife and I, and this boy is doing so much, man. I didn't know he was on Flatbush Misdemeanors. That's
Okay.
on BET Plus.
Right.
And I was real excited to see him in that one, man.
Yeah, especially, because I remember I had a couple of extras. One time we was on Dallas and JR was in prison. We were like part of the prison crew. It was over in McKinney. And I'm just thinking, we're looking forward to seeing ourselves on TV. I'm just imagining, I'm thinking it's actually better and sweeter to be watching and looking for your child. Man, that's got to be better than looking to see yourself. That's the way I'm thinking, even though that is yourself in essence. But I think that's a greater feeling to be looking at your child doing those things. Wow, I love that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was exciting to see him the first time, man. But the first time he told us he was going to be on TV, he was in a show called Insecure on HBO.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
the girl Issa Rae, and in Insecure, his character was the TSA babe, right? And so he was excited. He said, "Dad, I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be in a love scene."
Right.
I'm like, "Cool, son." So I gathered all the family together. We all sitting around watching them get ready to come on TV. And we turned the TV on, Lenny, and it came on, and my son was butt behind naked. I ain't seen his butt since he was 5, man. So
you saw it that day.
So we was all in shock sitting there with our
obviously he didn't tell you what you were gonna see.
No, I seen all ass, Lenny.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. Actually, I saw the scene. I know what you saw. Yeah, that was funny, I'd have to say.
Yeah, so since Insecure, Lenny, he's working with Michael Che on HBO Max. He's a writer. He's been on Scream. He's in Scream 5.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Abbott Elementary. He's in that. Man, the kid in so much, Lenny, I can't keep up with him, bro.
I hear what you're saying, man. I don't know why I'm being so blessed to be around all these blessed people, but I receive it. That's what I say. I definitely receive it. Yeah, there's some local brothers I know. There's one guy, Benny Green. His son managed to have a role playing LeBron James in some movie. I haven't seen it, but I heard about it. Another brother, Eric Johnson. His son is playing some basketball in college, and he has the podcast, The Switch Within, and he got me in the game, with all my back work and all that stuff. And it's just great to see our people being involved and wanting to help our people. And that's what's going on. I see a lot of that going on. It seems like, especially since the pandemic situation, it's a lot more blacks having businesses that once didn't have the confidence to have it. It seems like this black unity concept is brewing more and more these days, almost like in the 70s. Not quite, but we'll get it there and pass. But it just looks like black people are on the move in a collective manner for us to do better collectively. It's just a feeling. I can feel it.
There's no doubt about that, Lenny. It's been time is overdue for black folks and brown folks to have their own stuff. Here in Philadelphia, we have a couple black markets. We have a couple black accountants. We got a couple black banks. So the goal is to, build up like we used to when we used to have Black Wall Street. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the goal. Collectively, we gonna get it done.
Yeah, and we will. We did it once. We'll do it again. Just like I think about the things that Marcus Garvey did when he came and had the UNIA, United Negro Improvement State Association. And that's where he created the red, black, and green flag, the Black Liberation Flag. And he built the institution. I've read 6 million, heard 7, 8 million. So I'm going to go with 5 for sure. The brother built an organization in this nation of black people, 5 million strong. He came from Jamaica. But what is so amazing to me, I'm just realizing as I did some research to talk about Carter G. Woodson and these people trying to do something to Black History Month, which I'm not standing for. But it turned out Marcus Garvey did all of that in 6 years. And he wasn't even from here. And built a nation of 5 million strong that was united too. So I know that brother did it as a visitor. We can do it as brothers born and raised here. We know our people. We love our people. Surely we can do that. No question in my mind. And I know we will. And that's the path we're on. Yeah, all for one and one for all.
Well, Lenny, we like brothers, man. So, me, Norman, Kevin, Tinker, Fats, our goal is to build something long lasting for our community.
Yeah, that brother Lonnie too. Don't forget him. Yeah.
Yeah, brother Lonnie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate that breakfast deal y'all had for me up in Philly. That was a great thing, man. Boy, I tell you, knowing you loved by your peers, that's special. Especially when you done made it to where you know these people for 50 years plus. That's special. It's not that common, unfortunately, but we're going to get it there. We're going to make things where our people do what we're supposed to do. Love, take care of each other, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially, all of those. That's what the people supposed to do.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And we will get there.
Absolutely. In our lifetime, if we live a reasonable amount of time. We don't know if we're here tomorrow, but if we live 10 years, we're going to see it and enjoy some of it also.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, Lenny, I appreciate your platform that you speak out the way you do. We need more people like you who want to be out in the front and really speak out for our people. So I really appreciate your platform. I wish you continued success and nothing but good things.
Yeah, and see, through knowing people like yourself, that we have this like-mindedness, like you said something about a pipeline from Philadelphia to Texas with our youth, and I noticed you just was involved in taking some youth out in the wilderness in Maryland, see? Yes. And that's what we got to do. We got to get more in touch with our youth and do things with them and tell them why we're doing it, what we're doing, so they understand the growth process for their adulthood. See, that's what it's all about, getting them prepared to be independent people. That's what that is. So, yeah, we got a lot we're going to do. No doubt about that. I'm looking forward to it, too.
I'm looking forward to the pipeline to Texas, man. I'm looking forward to that. We just took kids to Salisbury, Maryland. We took 10 kids out of North Philadelphia to the wilderness, and 8 of them have never been out of Philadelphia before. Wow. And I'm telling you, the feedback, the parents have told us that the children were like a little different. You know, something was a little different about it.
They probably feel some hope. That's probably what it is. Man. Feel that hope, man. I tell you, the hope make a difference.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to doing that every year, man. Shout out.
That's what's up.
Yeah, shout out.
We need to try to get something happening in Texas every year then. Hey, how about that?
Hey, I'm with it, man. Shout out to Stella and Doozy Jenkins. Their son was killed in Philadelphia, and they're the reason. Yeah. They're the reason why we're taking these kids out to Salisbury, Maryland, to the woods.
My condolences. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see if we can make it even further, though. We'll go from Daleville, Penn, Texas, Dallas and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Texas, making the connection. That's what we'll do.
I'm with it, man. Let me know.
But I say, man, thanks for giving me your time, man. I appreciate it. And telling us about your company, and I'm going to have to try some of that limo service when I get there next time.
Come on, man.
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Bro. Thank you for having me.
Number love for you. Absolutely.